Hey guys, Justin here. I got my new pump just in time. The pond is running extremely low, so it's time to hook it up. This black pipe right here goes down the hand dug well. I have to pull that pump that's down there up and replace it with this one. It's a low voltage pump. Let's get this off of here. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. That wasn't smooth at all. How are we looking down in there? Well, there's water. And let's see if we feel the pump. I do feel the pump vibrating, but obviously nothing's coming out. Okay, time to yank this pump up out of there. All right, here we go. Withdrawing the pump from the well right now. Come on, I'm stuck. Okay, it's up. The water's coming out of the pipe. It feels like the pump is not powerful enough to actually get it all the way up to 50 feet anymore. I'm gonna remove the weight here. All of this extra wire was non-electric. It's simply for holding the weights down. So the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the piping from the adapter itself, like that, and then hopefully pry it off of there. It doesn't want to come off. Okay, so the next step, since it doesn't want to come off, is I'm gonna unthread the pump from the adapter right there. Hopefully the new pump matches up with that. I'm also going to remove the foot valve. This is a foot valve. It only allows water to go one direction. See, when I blow that direction, nothing comes out, but when I suck in, it really allows the water to pass. Let's tighten up the foot valve a little bit. Set that to the side. And now it's time to disconnect the electronics from this. I guess I used electrical tape. It might be waterproofing tape. It's been a few years since I've done this, so if I can find an end, I can unravel it. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna need to find myself a pair of snips. Figured I'd stop and feed the boys before I got too involved. I am fighting against the sun and the cold. My hands are gonna be cold during this project, and it might be dark. I have no idea. Come on, Cinco, let's go. Here comes the boys. Let's give them their alfalfa, and then we're gonna move on with, look what I found. This will work. This will work right here. I didn't come fully prepared. That's not a surprise, is it? Come on, buddy. Your food is here. Your dinner has arrived. I'm gonna make you give me a kiss before I give it to you. Okay? One little kiss before I give it to you. Are you ready? He says, nope, I want to just give you the horn, but not the kiss. One kiss. One kiss. Come here. Hey. Well, I'll give it to you if you give me a kiss. Oh, you burped in my face. Is that what you want to do? There you go. Okay. You did it. Now I'll give it to you. There you go. He's like, you're right, buddy. Eat it. Fine. More for the buddies. He's actually smart. He knows I'm going to give grains. He says, I don't want that garbage until you give me some grains. Fine. You win. One there. One there. Make room. One there. Two, and two. Eat fast, boys. Put on that winter weight. It's going to be a cold one. All right, I got myself handy dandy knife. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it up where it's going to be above the water line in case my electrical tape doesn't work, and that's where I'll reconnect the new pump to. So 4 wires in there. We just need to connect them back up in the same colorful order. Garbage this pump over here into the trash and make sure that we have our wire, all the rest of our wire. It's a tangled mess. Okay, that wire goes over there. Time to split this open and expose the wires. This is a true farm hack. This is not going to be to anybody else's standards except mine. That's a very hard, thick coating, and it's solid wire, not braided. Each one of the copper strands is a solid copper piece. Okay, we've now exposed the 4 wires, like so. Take the old pump, the new pump, out of its packaging. See what everything looks like. This is a voltage controller. I have this control. This is some sort of, I don't know what this is. This is like a 3-phase thing. I already have this in my basement at the other end of the wire. So currently, I'm going to remove that. We're going to attach our wires. We're going to cut this bad boy. That's probably a waterproof connection, isn't it? Regardless, cutting the wire. Now this is braided wire. We have a blue, yellow, and brown. Over here, I don't have the same color combo. Crap. Okay. We have 3 colors. Only one of them matches up to this one. Do Chinese directions give you the proper wiring diagram? Does it tell me anything about the wires? No. It tells me nothing about the wires. Oof. Control box part is not recommended to be underwater, especially at long-term work. That's why the control box is in my basement. Let's go look at that and see if control box can tell me anything from the output. 3 wires coming out. That might help. And here is the voltage box that I'm using here. And outgoing, we have brown to red, blue to blue. That leaves yellow to brown. Wait, hold on. Brown to red, green to the green wire, and blue to the bluish wire. All right, I think I've got this. That should do the trick. And if I have to replace this part, I will. All right, so obviously the white wire was not used in that calculation. Good wire strippers. Let me know in the comments, does anybody else use their teeth to strip wires? All right, easy peasy, brown to red. Before I do this, I'm gonna tie a knot in the cable. This way, I'm not putting the pressure on my taped up joint as I lift this up and down the well many times. Fancy little knot there. Cinch it tight. Theoretically, I should be using a piece of rope to pull this up and out, but I'm not. All right, now that's all figured out. We got the red that goes to the red, so that's easy. I'm gonna twist it because I have stranded wire going across solid wire. Ah! Somehow that still has voltage. What the? That was off. Okay, careful now. I already stripped it with my teeth. We're gonna bend this part over. Ooh, it's got voltage. The whole thing is off. It's slipping up somehow. Have the box off. I'm gonna start with a little piece of electrical tape. Again, I made this joint or this splice above the water line down below, so I'm not gonna have to worry too much about making sure it's completely waterproof. I'm just doing that so I don't get zapped anymore. It's the blue and the green. Ah! I gotta go unplug that thing. It zapped the crap out of me. Oh, what is going on? There should be 0 power coming from that. This will be a perfect example of why you unplug the device that you're powering. Look, it's off. There should be no power coming to those leads. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna unplug the leads. It's a dead circuit now. Leads go up there and just back down to that box, so, woo! Okay, now I gotta do it again, but I'm scared. Okay, no electricity this time. We're good. Somehow that box is putting out electricity. That's probably a bad thing. I'm gonna twist it. Remember, solid and braided or stranded. So we're gonna twist it together. I'm gonna fold it over upon itself, like so. And then I'll fold it again along the wire, like that. And I'll throw some tape on it. And lastly, it was the green wire. I feel like I'm dismantling a bomb. And the yellow and green wire are the matchups here. Twist and bend and lay it down along the side of the wire, like so. That's all that's underneath the other piece of taping I've got, and it lasted 2 years, and so we know that it still holds up when I'm done with this. All right, now that that is complete, it is time to wrap all of this up extremely well. You see what I did there? I'm so corny. We're just gonna keep wrapping this. I'd even use the whole roll of tape. Never even know. I'll just tuck that white wire in right there. It's not being used. Now that I recall, this is wire I picked up at the scrapyard. I really hope this works. That's all she wrote. Make it. All right, it looks good. Okay, so now we put the foot valve back on like that. Make it hand tight. All the water's going in here anyways. This does not need any Teflon or anything. And we take our poly tubing and I'm gonna thread it back on here. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I'm gonna spin that way. All right, gotta catch a thread. All right, we're on. Maybe cross threaded, hold on. It didn't go on very far before it said no. Okay. Oh, I really wish I brought a pair of channel locks. Well, either way, that's pretty good. Slide the hose clamp back down there. We're about ready to drop this in place and see if it works. If this doesn't work, then we got to check that regulator and we got to check the voltage box. So we started with the pump itself. My poor fish are running out of water and the cow's got nothing to drink. All right, let's put her back down there. All that's left is to drop it back down the hole and turn it on and see what happens. See what happens. I do need to attach the weight. I'm doing that now. I've already moved my camera. The weight is attached. We're ready to go down. Hold on. I don't like the way the weight is sitting. I've readjusted the old pulley weight to fit on top. Now we're going down. You see the weight? Not even halfway. I can't see the bottom. I don't know what's going on down there. Oh, that sucks. I made a critical error in judgment. The extra length that I thought I was cutting off so I would be above the water is actually the extra length that I needed to get to the bottom. Duh! I would have had to magically make the tail end of that longer. So I have to find some way to stretch this wire out even longer than it is. Dang, rookie mistake. Well, hot dang, aren't I a genius? When I installed this, I left myself a loop just in case. What do you know? So I have all this extra to pull on, which goes out there through where everything else goes. It's absolutely hideous. That's what you get in an old farmhouse. Now the only problem I have is, yes, it does come out through this window right here, but it's probably also buried underneath all of this to get over to the well. So let's pull our excess out that I left. Okay, find out where it goes over here. Please be accessible. Please be accessible. Oh, I gotta dig. Wonder what's in here. Luckily, it's not too far. It's right here. And then I have it tucked down in the crack. Perfect. All right, we can continue lowering. Disaster averted. Very minor disaster. I really feel like we might just be on the bottom. Yeah. I mean, when I touch the water, it doesn't sink very far after it touches the water, so we're pretty much at the bottom. I think the well might be dry, which caused the pump to burn out in the first place. Let's see what we can see down there. I'm gonna pull on this just a little bit. Let's see if we see anything. Well, all I can hope is that the rainfall is going to saturate the ground enough to fill this well back up just a few inches. All right, let's go turn it on. Let's see what happens before I clean any of this up. Plug the black back into the black, plug the red one in, and let's turn it on. Stabilize, please. Pretty stable. Let's go see what's happening upstairs. Okay, I feel nothing. That's where the water's supposed to come out at. Come on, baby. Start spewing water. Let's go. I see it dripping. I don't know if it's actually gonna spit the water it needs to. Come on, baby. Why would you be dripping? I'm gonna go put my mouth on that. Let's see if I can feel any pressure coming up. That'll be... That's a big fat negative. Dang. So what is the problem here? I have to rethink everything I know. I guess the next logical step is to replace this box. If that doesn't work, it's possibly the voltage. Same color combo. We're going to remove the red to the brown, the green and yellow to the green, and the blue to the blue. All of the connections are going to be the same. I unfortunately need to cut this, and they left me a very short tail. Right, red to the brown, like that. All right, that's successfully changed. Now the power end looks like this. It only gets a black and a red. And I don't have the proper hookup for a black and a red here, so what I have to do is cut it again. This time I'm just going to use a roach clip to make the connection, like so. And the same thing over here. Just bite onto it like this. Sure we got a good solid connection. Okay, plug the black in, plug the red in, turn it on. Let's see where we're floating at. It does the same exact thing. We're going to bump it up to 29.5 volts at 4.12 amps. We'll see if that's doing anything. Please be the problem. I feel a very slight vibration. I can't tell what's happening. I feel a vibration. Sun is setting. Running out of time. Well, I realized I was gonna have to bypass the bog that I made up there, because that's where the water loss is coming from, and I can't afford to lose all of this water. I can't afford to lose my koi fish. So I bypassed by pulling the pipes out, and hopefully I can figure out a way to add water to my system, because unfortunately, just something wrong. I'm trying to max out my voltage controller and see what happens, and then I've got to call it quits for the day. I'm out of daylight. I feel a vibration. It just doesn't feel powerful enough, which makes me think the voltage regulator might not be putting out the full 27 volts that it says it's doing. 29. Working hard. You can hear it. As long as that stays in the green right there, we know we're good. And it dropped out. Ooh, it sounds better. Oh, it sounds even better. Does this thing need to be blown out? Is that what's going on? Is this so dusty it needs to be blown out? Oh, now it just shut off. Dang. I'm pushing it. It's only 30 volts. I am pushing this bad boy. It dropped out. It didn't like that. We'll just push it to the 30.2. Let's go see what happens. What the heck? You were making noise, and now you're not. It dropped out on me again. How? Okay, let's not go over what it says then. Let's keep it exactly at 30. It's yelling at me. Okay, I can feel it vibrating, but I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't feel like it used to. Don't fall, Jay. Don't fall. There's no pressure building up here. Okay, think. Endless supply of water at the bottom of the well. Can't get it to draw any water up. Think. I mean, I'm almost certain I am under water. I'm almost certain I'm underwater. Just can't see down there. Can you guys feel this? If I touch the phone on it, can you feel that? Okay, well, for tonight, I'm finished. I gotta put this lid back on and call it a day. Revisit this project tomorrow. That probably woke the neighbors up. All right, well, okay. That's all she wrote. Until another day. Last thing I'm gonna have to check is this voltage regulator here. So, for now, say goodnight. It'd be cool if that old pump itself right there is still working. Except I'm sure it wasn't very cost effective back in the day. Anybody recognize this brand? MW? I don't see any other marks or identifying features on it. MW.